Well, historically, there's been a serious underassessment of property and uneven assessment of property in the city.
Next on Night Watch, it's that unevenness that has some people up in arms about their property tax payments. Now the city's new single assessor will go to work to fix the problem. 4 investigates.
No means no for people in one neighborhood uptown fed up with yet another big chain business planning to move in.
Plus, it's an interesting twist on art that's not so conventional. He's an artist that uses all the tools, but elects to use the human body, not canvas. And when you see his work, you'll be amazed.
From WWL-TV, the spirit of Louisiana, this is Louisiana's news leader. Channel 4's Eyewitness News Night Watch.
Good evening, I'm Dennis Woltering.
And I'm Angela Hill. When it comes to property tax assessments in New Orleans, there's a new sheriff in town.
New Orleans' new citywide assessor, Assessor Williams, is in the process of revaluing most property in the city.
Paul Murphy reports on the problem of uneven assessments. He shows us an example of a row of homes in Mid-City where Williams says he expects to nearly double the assessment for next year.
Take a ride down any street in New Orleans and chances are you'll run into similar properties side by side with different property tax assessments. It's a frustration for neighbors who say they're fed up with paying more than their fair share of property taxes.
If the whole city was assessed properly, then the actual millage rate would go down a lot, so it would just be more evenly spread throughout the city and you wouldn't have neighbors angry at each other.
Well, historically, there's been a serious underassessment of property and uneven assessment of property in the city.
And in many cases, the process of setting the value of your property for tax purposes has been notoriously political in New Orleans. Bureau of Governmental Research President and CEO Janet Howard says the old system, with 7 district assessors in the city, had many flaws.
Practice for a long time has been to do what's called sales chasing, which means the assessor marks up the value of price of houses as they sell, but leaves the other ones around them, regardless of what the market's doing, at the same level. And that resulted in a lot of inequities.
So some homes out there that I know about are worth $250, $275, are sitting out there with assessments of $43,000, $70,000, things like that. Those I'm going to fix.
Assessor Williams is the first citywide tax assessor. He's now in the process of revaluing much of the property in the city.
I'll be prepared to pay closer to what fair market value of your property is.
This row of classic New Orleans shotgun doubles helps define the landscape on the banks of Bayou St. John in Mid-City. All of these homes in the 600 block of Hagan Avenue belong to one owner, Hilda Roberta Maestri. According to Williams, the current assessment for the whole block is $456,000.
I would think they belong somewhere in the $600,000 to $900,000 range.
Williams visited the site this week at our request.
But it is undervalued from my view today. That's not looking at what it was in August of last year when they were renovating some of those. Some of those may not have been completed at that time.
The owner of the property, who lives in Mandeville, did not return our phone calls. Kurt Bouchard sent a letter to Williams complaining about the assessment on Hagan Avenue. He lives next door to this blighted building on David Street, also owned by Hilda Maestri. The assessed value of this property is $100,000.
People that aren't taking care of their property, they're getting a gift from the city in the form of low taxes, where the rest of us are fixing up properties and making the city a better place, and we're the ones who get hit with higher rates.
Assessor Williams says the new assessments will cut both ways. Some property will go up, others will go down.
Some of these gated communities are beginning to see sticker shock that we paid $700,000 for the property and I can't get an appraisal above $500,000.
Property owners will be notified of their new assessment July 15th. The appeal period will be August 1st through August 15th. Paul Murphy, Eyewitness News, Night Watch.
Assessor Williams wants you to let him know if there's a piece of property in your neighborhood where the assessment appears to be too low. You can email him at the address on the screen. We also have that email address on our website, WWLTV.com.